Workout of the day. Today's workout of the day is a chipper. It starts with 80 5-meter shuttle runs for those that are going to do it in a confined space. We then move on to 70 bench dips or chair dips. We then move on to 60 box step-ups at 20 inches or whatever you're thinking about stepping onto at about 20 inches. And then finishing with 10 5-meter length handstand walks. That is your no equipment confined space version of the workout. Today's limited equipment and full equipment version of the workout are exactly the same. For those two versions of the workout, we start with an 800-meter run. So you can either run 200 meters out, 200 meters back, so a 400-meter track, and do that twice through, or you can run 400 meters out, 400 meters back. Then we've got 70 pull-ups, then moving on to 60 burpee box jumps at 20 inches, and then finishing with a 50-meter handstand walk. That is your limited and full equipment version of the workout of the day. Let's now have a look and talk about all of our movements today. All right, so the first one is our run. If you have limited space or you're in a confined space, then what we're going to do is 5-meter shuttle runs. You're going to do that for 80 reps, which is equivalent to 400 meters of running. It's half what the limited and full equipment have to do because you're having to change direction each time. So how that will work, just get a line down on the floor. It doesn't necessarily have to be an actual line. You can just put something there. Measure out 5 meters. If you don't have a measuring tape, just go 5 really big long steps. From there, you're going to run your 5 meters, touch 1 foot on or over the line, and then run back. Touch 1 foot on or over the line. Now you could get a little bit dizzy if you continually go in the same direction. So what I would suggest is at one end, touching your right foot down to the ground, and at the other end touching your left foot down into the ground. That means you're going to travel in a straight line and you're not going to be turning in circles each time. For the limited and full equipment version, we're going to run out and back, either 200 meters out, 200 meters back twice through, or 400 meters out, 400 meters back once through. Now, with the run, make sure it's in a safe place. Don't have headphones in if you're going to run on the road or anything like that. Obviously, safety first. That is the first movement of today's workout of the day. Movement 2 of today's workout of the day is a bench dip for our no equipment or a pull-up for our limited or full equipment. For the bench dip, you can use pretty much anything that you can put your hands on. Obviously, if you're doing the box step-ups or box jumps, you can use that same thing in order to do your dips on. All right, so with the bench the bench dip, we're going to have our hands, palms on the implement with our fingers just over the edge. That's just so you can't slip backward. We're then going to have just a slight bend in the knees. We're going to keep our shoulders back and keep in nice and close to what we're pressing from. From there, we lower all the way down till the upper arms are parallel to the floor. Press all the way back out to full extension. To make that movement easier, you can bring your feet in closer to the body, and that's going to give you a little bit of assistance with your legs in order to help you through this movement. That is the bench dip with no equipment. For the limited equipment or full equipment version of the movement, we're going to do a pull-up. So with a pull-up, we start with our elbows locked out and we come all the way up, chin clearly passes the bar, and lock out the elbows between each rep. Now, if you've got a full pull-up bar, then you can use any kind of kip you wish for the pull-ups. If you are using a makeshift version of a pull-up bar, I would probably suggest not kipping, and we can reduce the amount of reps and do strict pull-ups. All right, so we can go down to maybe 35 strict pull-ups as opposed to 70 pull-ups. That is movement number 2 for the workout of the day. Movement number 3 for the workout of the day is a box step up if you have no equipment or whatever you're using standing on isn't going to support you jumping onto it. If you do have something that is really sturdy, then do the burpee box jump version. All right, so for a box step up, we're going to step up onto the box, full hip and knee extension, step down, and you must swap legs each time. To make that more difficult, you can have your odd object in order to add some weight to your body weight. If you've got something that's really sturdy, then the movement's going to be 60 burpee box jumps. So with a burpee box jump, we're at 90 degrees to whatever we're jumping on. Chest and thighs touch the floor. We jump up, make sure we step in nice and close to the box before we do a 2-foot takeoff, stand up to full extension at the knees and hips with the chest over the heels. That is movement number 3 for the workout of the day. Our final movement for the workout of the day is a handstand walk. For a handstand walk, we need to set ourselves up a track. I would suggest it be a minimum of 5 meters. So if you're doing it in a confined space, use the same track that you used for your running track. If you've got access to ample amounts of space, then you can obviously make it longer. With the handstand walk, we need to start with our hands completely behind the line. We then kick up and walk out. And get your hands completely over the line in order to come down at whatever length you're using. If you are unable to do a handstand walk, then what we're going to do today, we have 2 different options. We can do a handstand against the wall, either kicking up to the wall, or a handstand walking up to the wall. Now, whatever you're going to use for a wall, make sure that again it is not like made of plaster or something that you can put your foot through. So for the first version, we're going to kick up onto the wall and we're going to press down into the floor. For the wall walk version, if you're not confident kicking up onto the wall, we're going to place our hands just shoulder width apart. We're going to walk up onto the wall and you're going to walk back as far as you comfortably can, and then we're going to hold that position. Now, no matter what movement that you use, what we're going to do is we're going to accumulate 2 minutes. All right, so that's what we're going to do. So every time you kick up and you're upside down, you're going to start your stopwatch or start counting. Every time you come down, you stop counting until you've accumulated 2 minutes. That is our final movement for today's workout of the day.